Tia Mowry speaks her truth on single motherhood. The actress gets real about parenting post-divorce, why her version of single motherhood deserves space, and the family dynamic she's still adjusting to. Tia Mowry is clearing the air and reclaiming her truth. After finalizing her divorce from Cory Hardrict in 2023, the actress has been transparent about what life looks like now as she raises their two children, Cree and Cairo. But when she referred to herself as a single mom, the internet had opinions. So, Mowry took a moment to speak directly to it on her terms. Family can look different than what we imagined and still be full of love, stability, and joy, she wrote in a July 22 Instagram post, sharing a photo with her children. This is my truth, and I want to share it. She made it clear she wasn't dismissing dads who are involved. She acknowledged how hard it is for mothers who truly have to do everything alone. But she also wanted space to tell her own story, a version of single motherhood that's often misunderstood. Mowry reminded everyone that after 14 years of marriage, things don't just reset overnight. For me, in my household, I am single, she explained. I don't have a partner, so I'm holding it down for everyone at home. I'm the only parent present day to day. Those early days after the split were filled with worry. She carried guilt. She wondered how her children would cope with the changes. But even in the messiness, she and Hardrict committed to putting their kids first. It's not even about being a single mom, she said. It's about recognizing we need to normalize different family dynamics. Just because two parents aren't under one roof doesn't mean the family is falling apart. It just looks different. Back in December, she shared similar sentiments during the holidays, posting a photo with her kids by the tree. Different doesn't mean less than, she wrote. The most important thing is keeping the traditions alive for my children, because no matter how it looks, we are still family. Why Tia Mowry's single mom comment struck a nerve. Family can look different than what we imagined, and still be full of love, stability, and joy, she wrote on Instagram. Growing up, I typically split time during the week between my mom's house and my dad's house. They separated when I was around 3 years old, and though both of them tried to spend equal time with me, I preferred to spend most of my time at my mom's house. She was a full-time nurse, who still managed to cook dinner for me nightly, and did her best to give me a happy childhood, though finances were tight. Despite her efforts, for which I'll always be grateful, she was not a single mom. That's why when actress Tia Mowry called herself a single mom on Instagram, I was among the many people who raised an eyebrow. Mowry says she wants people to be more accepting of family dynamics outside the norm. Mowry defended the description in a series of captions on her post. Family can look different than what we imagined, and still be full of love, stability, and joy, she writes. It's about recognizing we need to normalize different family dynamics. Different doesn't mean broken. She's absolutely right. Whether you're a parent or a kid who is LGBTQIA, closer with your chosen family than your biological one, adopted, or a foster parent, your family is valid and beautiful. But what Mowry's saying doesn't really change the accepted definition of single mom. Some fans thought she missed the mark this time. The commenters on Mowry's post tried to explain why they thought she might have misused a term that has such a specific meaning for so many people. One person writes, "You're single, but your kids have both their parents, present, and very much involved in the continued upbringing." Another person comments, "You are single and you are a mom. Two things can be true at once." However, when people refer to themselves as a single mom, typically it means they have their children 100% of the time without help, which just isn't the case for you. Why the term single mom brings up an especially touchy subject. Look, I'm not the first person to admit moms just existing on the internet is enough to draw criticism from trolls who are looking for any excuse to shame women. On the one hand, I support Mowry's right to create new meaning from old terms that seem outdated. However, I also understand why her fans pushed back, particularly given her wealth and her status as an actress and public figure. Some parents might be defensive of the term single parent because it gives credit to parents who shoulder the burden without a partner, even one who lives outside their home. Everything falls on them. No weekends spent at the other parent's house, no shared birthday celebrations, no one to collaborate with on anything from potty training to discipline. The other parent might send court-ordered child support, but they have no other role in raising the child in question. When you say, single mom, mom is on her own. That's just what the term means. Mowry's journey as a parent is inspiring, but is she really a single mom? In another caption Mowry writes, "What often gets overlooked is the nuance of being a single mom. I am single, I am holding it down for everyone in my home. I deeply empathize with her perspective, and can tell that she goes above and beyond for kids every day. I even agree with the idea that people need to have more flexibility when it comes to labeling what complex dynamics look like for individual families. There is no one-size-fits-all term that's going to completely encompass the experience of parenthood. So this is not to dismiss or minimize the effort that women like my mom and Mowry are exerting every day to raise their kids. It's a lonely, thankless, exhausting job at times. But it also means your bond with your children is nearly unbreakable. During those weeks that I was living with my mom, she was solely responsible for feeding me, getting me to school, keeping me safe, and making sure I felt loved. But the truth is, they aren't doing it alone. Whether or not they are on speaking terms with their former partner, they are still collaborating with another person to raise their kids. Mowry even goes on to explain that in her particular family, they keep traditions alive. On special occasions like birthdays and holidays, kids should see their parents in the same room, united, which seems to imply that both parents come together to celebrate. What Mowry definitely gets right. Mowry is right that being a single mom isn't one way or one story. That dynamic might look drastically different based on so many different factors: how much of a village the parent has in their corner, their finances, and even the resources available in the city they live in. Whether you agree with Mowry or not, we ultimately need to have empathy and understanding for parents at all stages of their journey, no matter what phrases they use to describe it. Tia Mowry defends calling herself a single mom, despite company parenting with ex after backlash. What does being a single mom actually mean? Comments made by sister star Tia Mowry have sparked a debate about who gets to use the term to describe themselves. Does it describe a mom who is raising a child all on her own, without any support from a partner? Can those who have some co-parenting arrangements still use the term? Apparently, it depends on who you ask, and many people had an issue with Tia's take on the topic. Tia and her ex-husband Cory Hardrict finalized their divorce in 2023. At the time, they agreed to share legal and physical custody of their two children, 14-year-old son Cree and 7-year-old daughter Cairo. In December 2022, when they had already split up, Tia told TMZ that their kids would spend the holidays with both of their parents. "We are going to be spending the holidays with him, which we're really excited about," she said at the time. With the whole family, Tia and Cory continue to maintain a positive co-parenting relationship. In April 2025, Cory spoke about how he's made an effort to avoid any drama and to prioritize his kids. "If you really love your children, you won't get involved in the noise or the mess," he said. "I make sure that I always think about them first. I put myself last. If you do that, you're going to avoid the mess." But Tia has described herself as a single mom. Because Tia and Cory still maintain a positive co-parenting relationship, the fact that Tia has referred to herself as a single mom has perplexed, and even angered, some people. Tia recently responded to the backlash via Instagram. Her lengthy post, which contains several slides of text, started with, "Why do I get backlash for calling myself a single mom?" The second slide read, "Family can look different than what we imagined and still be full of love, stability, and joy. This is my truth, and I want to share it." She argued that the meaning of single mom is nuanced. While many have argued that the term single mom describes a mom who does not have any support from a partner, Tia sees it differently. Being a single mom doesn't always mean a mom doing it all alone without the father present in their kids' lives at all, she wrote. "I recognize that archetype is extremely difficult, and I truly empathize. But what often gets overlooked is the nuance of what being a single mom can actually mean." She continued with, "For me, in my household, I am single. I don't have a partner, so I'm holding it down for everyone at home. I'm the only parent present day to day." Tia also emphasized that her post was not only about explaining her usage of the term single mom, but also about recognizing we need to normalize different family dynamics. Later in the post, she wrote, "It takes a village to raise kids, single mom or not. Asking for help from people you trust is key to a healthy family." What I want you to take from this: being a single mom isn't one way or one story. There are so many nuances. But people still disagreed. Although Tia clarified that she is a single mom in her household because her kid's dad isn't there on a day-to-day basis, some people asserted that she is a single woman and also a mother, but not a single mom. Single-parent mom is one who does it alone, one person argued. 24/7 they are the only person on duty. They do it all from sun up to sundown in addition to financing it all. A second person agreed, writing, I'm a single woman who co-parents. I reserve the term, single mom, for someone who is without any assistance. You're actively co-parenting, a third person added. You are single and you are a mom. Two things can be true at once, however when people refer to themselves as a single mom typically it means they have their children 100% of the time without help, which just isn't the case for you. Others defended Tia. The heated debate made some people realize just how controversial and stigmatized single motherhood is. I only ever heard your definition of single mom, one fan wrote to Tia. These comments are making me realize it means different things to different people. Very eye-opening. A second person jumped to Tia's defense, writing, single refers to marital status. She is in fact a single mother. Just because she doesn't fit into the stereotype of what a single mother has doesn't change. Get out y'all feelings. Meanwhile, a third person explained that they have been co-parenting for a while, and yet, never felt comfortable calling myself a single mom. The commenter added, what I'm learning from this is that people attach negative stigmas to the term, single mom, or single parent, hence why we roll eyeballs around people who say they are single parents but co-parent successfully and happily. Despite the controversy, some parents called Tia's post validating and said it made them feel seen.